Hi, my name's Gabe, and this is Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. This will be kind of a walkthrough, playthrough of the original game. I won't be using warp zones or coin caves or anything. This is going to be straight up all 32 levels, all 8 worlds, played through organically in one run. Now, let's see here. If you wait on the title screen a little bit, it'll give you a little demo. Mario hopping around doing stuff. There's 2 demos. This one has a more unfortunate end for Mario. Yeah, if you choose 2-player, very similar to 1-player, except input switches between P1 and P2, and you switch between Mario and Luigi. Of course, we're doing 1-player. Well, 1-1, 3 lives. Okay, super simple controls. B is run, A is jump, D-pad is to move around. There's a question block, it'll give you coins. There's a Goomba, hop on his head. If you're lucky, a question block will give you a power-up. In this case, we got a mushroom. It will make you larger, but you also get an extra hit point, and you can duck to make your hitbox smaller. You'll notice you'll get points pretty much for doing anything. And this is a warp pipe. So now most of these pipes you can't go down. If you get in the middle of this, press down, you'll go down it. Now, this will take you to a coin cave, but most coin caves in Super Mario Bros. Skip a large majority of the level, such as this one. So I won't be going down most of them. Around here, yeah, there's a secret. It's a green mushroom. Gives you 1-up, or an extra life. Now, if you already have a power-up, and you hit a block that would normally contain a mushroom, you get a fire flower. So now you can use the RUM button to shoot fireballs as well. It can kill pretty much anything. That is a Koopa Troopa. Hop on it once, turns into a shell, walk into it to kick it, and it serves as kind of a weapon of sorts. It kills enemies. This is a superstar. There are no prerequisites to gaining one. You can be little mushroom or fire flower wielding. And, it'll just make you invincible for a bit. You'll notice we got the flag. The higher you get on the flag, the more points you'll get. 5,000 is the max, and depending on what time you have, you'll notice there's a timer in the upper right. You might get fireworks depending on the last digit. I'm not fully aware of how it works. On the topic of the timer, if you run out of time, you will die. So, there's a little bit of urgency, but you won't really have to worry about it too much until the later levels. You'll notice in some of these brick blocks, there'll actually be a bunch of coins, and the faster you hit the coins, the more of them there will be, if that makes sense. Dum-de-dum, another superstar. If you're Little Mario, you won't be able to break brick blocks, so keep that in mind. There's a hidden 1-up right up here. So what we're going to do is hit the 1-up and then hit the block next to it, and it'll fall down, you can grab it. These are piranha plants. Don't jump on them, because they will hurt you. But you can kill them with a fire flower. Now, this warp pipe just takes me to the pipe next over. Not this pipe, but the pipe past it, that one. So, I feel comfortable going down it. I don't think we're missing much quality gameplay. Grab some coins. Here's another one of those blocks where you get a bunch of coins if you hit it fast. Parkour. So these are moving platforms, nothing to see there. Red Koopas are pretty much exactly the same as green Koopas, except they won't walk off ledges. As you can see, this guy is just walking back and forth. And now, if you go up here, I'm not gonna go all the way over, but if you follow this path and you go all the way over there, there, you'll end up in a warp zone, which is kind of a you can just barely see the edge of the wall over there. And there's a bunch of pipes, and they're labeled, and it'll allow you to skip over worlds and go to the beginning of any world that you're choosing. You'll notice I got the speed up music because I've taken way too long to explain stuff. These first few levels, there'll be a lot of introductions to stuff, but hopefully we can, pick up the pace as we go on. Alright, now every third level of a world, well, almost every third level, is one of these up-high platforming levels. They're pretty fun, but it's also easy to die because there's pits everywhere, there's no ground, so just be careful, You'll have to get used to the wonky physics of the original Super Mario Bros. Once you really lock them down, it's not too bad, but it can be kind of a major turn-off to new players. Oh man, that was some pathetic stair climb. Alright, it's the end of that level, and you'll notice we're going into a kind of larger castle. That's because the fourth level of every world is the finale, and it's a castle level. Don't fall in the lava, you'll die. There's a power-up right there if you need one. It's pretty difficult to get. The harder part is getting down, not getting up here. Definitely don't hold the run button, because you'll probably just run off into the lava. These are fire bars. They're not too much of a threat if you just take your time. Cool. Almost got hit there. That was a risky thing. There's some coin blocks that are hidden. They've come to be known as Kaizo blocks, which is an origin story I don't want to get into right now. But this is Bowser, rather fake Bowser. And he takes 5 fireballs to kill. You'll see it was just a Goomba. Now if you don't have fireballs, you'll have to jump over them, hit that axe, and the bridge will fall out. And he'll die. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle. That's Toad. He just kind of reminds you that you haven't beat the game yet every time you win a castle. There's power right there if you need one. So yeah, World 2-1. Pretty similar to the first world. Bang, bang, bang. Most of the game you'll be holding down the run button. Unless you're shooting fireballs, but there are times when precision is required. Like that power up in the first castle, where you'll need to release it. One thing I forgot to mention about piranha plants, if you're standing, so if they're in a pipe, right, and then you're standing next to the pipe, or you're on the pipe, they won't come out. So you don't have to worry about that. There's a winged green Koopa. It'll kind of bounce around. It can be kind of a pain to avoid, really. And if you hop on them, they'll just turn into a normal green Koopa. Keep in mind, when they do that, they'll automatically turn to face the direction you are, regardless of which direction they were going while they had their wings. So, just be careful of that. Here's a spring. You just gotta time your jump, and you can make massive leaps. I didn't have enough momentum to make the top of the flagpole that time. Fireworks! Alright, World 2-2, 6 lives. This is an underwater level. Now the controls a bit switched up. The A button is now used for swimming. So every time you press A, you'll do like one stroke, basically. And those are bloopers, I guess. I'm not sure what the correct plural is for them, but they can be a formidable foe if you don't have a fire flower. Now, if you're standing on the ground, they actually can't hit you, even though it looks like they can. So if you're being pinned by bloopers, head down, and you'll eventually, you'll find a way out of that situation. They also are hard to hit because of their deceivingly small hitbox. Those are Cheep Cheep. They just swim forwards. Occasionally they'll drift up and down, but they're not threat of water levels. It's more bloopers and pits that you gotta look out for. This isn't really a thing you can watch. Like you can just get a feel for if you're playing the game. When you're over a pit and you're underwater, it'll be kind of like a vortex effect. It'll be displayed here too. You'll notice I'm being sucked down rather fast. So just keep in mind, don't goof around over pits too much. As far as I'm aware, this is the only Mario game that happens in. So if you're coming from other Mario platformers, that will be a unfortunate surprise. Yeah, the only problem with Cheep Cheeps is sometimes they can pin you. And that's the end of this water level. Straight into the pipe. And we're home free. You'll notice I'm running out of time a lot, but don't let that worry you. That's just because I'm stopping and explaining stuff. If you're just playing the game, you should have no issue with the timer. Alright, so this is 2-3. Now every level, after a water level, is kind of one of these weirdo, like, bridge levels with hopping Cheep Cheeps everywhere. And I don't like these levels. These are probably my least favorite levels in the game because it's very easy to get hit. You basically just want to be running as fast as you can and you'll be fine, but it's, you know, the threat is still there. Alright, World 2-4, once again, this is a castle level. We have 6 lives heading into here. These are Podoboos, I believe, that's how you pronounce it, or fireballs. You jump up at random intervals, but they're not too bad, just be patient and you'll be fine. Here there's 2 paths you can take. The bottom is definitely easier, but if you are seeking challenge, you could go top. Speaking of challenge, this part is a pain, because there's Bowser Fire and a fire bar moving platforms. But if you, I don't know, it's kind of one of those things where you just gotta feel it out. After a while, you'll get the timing down, be able to weave your way in there. You also gotta get lucky with the Bowser Fire. I got pretty lucky there. Once again, 5 hits. He was a Koopa that time. Occasionally, like in that room, there'll be obstructions to jumping over Bowser. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle. Thanks, Toad. 3-1. Alright, World 3 is kind of occasionally get these nighttime worlds. World 3 is one of those. The pipes have a new tile set now, but that's pretty much all that changes. Just anything that was green is white. Little bridge. Don't go in the water. It will kill you. You can't swim in land levels. Alright, so these are Hammer Bros, and they'll throw hammers in these like weird arcing patterns. If you don't have a fire flower, you'll just want to get underneath them and hit the block underneath them, because you can kill stuff that way as well. Hopping on them is a lost cause, because usually they'll just smack you with a hammer if you try to hop on their heads. Oh my goodness. That was a risky situation. You'll notice a lot of the time there's a staircase before each flag to the end of the level, sometimes they'll try to trick you. They'll put a staircase and they'll be like, yeah, I got there, and then you're only halfway. It's like, oh man. This is World 3-2, this is more of like an enemy gauntlet than anything else. If you have a fire flower, it's... Well then, I was about to say it's insanely easy, but I lost it. But it's also easy if you, don't have one. So yeah, just take your time here if you don't have a fire flower. And there's the end. On to World 3-3. So as long as the second level isn't a water level, the third level will always be a platforming level. Moving platforms, nothing new there. Just a little bit of platforming. Watch out, if a shell ricochets back at you, it will hurt you. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Now if you see a floating platform like this that's not moving, it means that it will fall. Like that, so don't stand on it for too long. And then, similar, but not exactly the same, these are weighted platforms. So when you stand on one, the other one will go up. And if you stand on it for too long, both will fall off their cables. And you actually get points for that. I'll try to show that up ahead, and it's kind of weird. Look. Oh shoot. Yeah, there we go, got 1,000 points. Kind of a strange mechanic. If you're like me, you don't really care about points though. Alright, World 3 Castle, here we go. Now, in this one, they combine fire bars and potaboos, which make a rather formidable combination, but if you take your time... Actually, no, you want to get through there as fast as possible, but also consider their patterns. That was a strange sentence. I don't know. I want to be saying stuff besides get good. Like I said, they'll hop up at random intervals, which can be kind of annoying, so just take your time. Here's another fake Bowser. Get him, get him! He was, actually we haven't encountered that type of enemy yet. He was a Buzzy Beetle. Thank you, Mario. But our princess is in another castle. I did not see this coming. Well, 4-1, 6 lives. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Or part, segment, whatever you want to call it. So we did Worlds 1 through 3 this time. Tune in next time where we conquer Worlds 4 through 6. I'll see you guys later.